Hi everyone, I am Dr. N. Mageshwari, Assistant Professor of Physics, Amat University, Chennai. Today we are going to discuss about hysteresis process. This process mainly related to ferromagnetic material. According to magnetic behavior of every material, we have split up the material into three types: dia, para and ferromagnetic material. So in the case of particular case of ferromagnetic material only, we have to discuss this hysteresis process. So today's topic is hysteresis. Before starting this hysteresis process, we should know about the magnetic material. What is the magnetic property of material? Okay. So according to magnetic behavior of every material, we have to split up the material into three types. One is called as dia, another one is para, next one is ferromagnetic material. Okay. So according to magnetic behavior, we have to split up the material into three types: dia, para and ferromagnetic material. So you guys already know every material having electronic configuration. So electronic configuration means it having many orbitals like this. In the case of diamagnetic material, so this orbital having electrons. According to Pauli's exclusion principle, the electron having same spin doesn't exist on the same energy level or same orbital. So according to Pauli exclusion principle, the electron having different spin exists on the same orbital. So the spin having direction like this. So in the case of diamagnetic material, the spins are arranged in this manner. Okay. In the case of para, the energy level having different orbitals, the electrons are arranged like this, but in the case of paramagnetic material, the electronic configuration is like this, having different orbital. The electron spins are arranged this manner. One is up, one is down, opposite spins. So some of the orbital having spin like this and some of the orbital having single spin. Okay. In the case of ferro, only few of the orbital having the two opposite spins, and remaining orbital having single spin. Okay. So this is the main difference between dia, para and ferromagnetic material before applying field. Okay. So one of the main concept is before applying field, they have an electronic configuration like this. In the case of dia, the electrons are arranged in electronic orbital having spin like this. One spin is up, one spin is down. In the case of ferro, some of the orbital having opposite spins and some of the orbital having single spin. In the case of ferro, only few orbital having that opposite spin and remaining orbital having single spin. Okay. So this is dia, this is para, this is ferro. So we are applying some external field on this material. So what will happen? So we are giving some field on this material. The spin gets paired in this case of diamagnetic material because already the spins in the opposite direction. So we are giving some field on the material, the spin gets paired. So that time the net magnetic moment is 0 in this case. Net magnetic moment is 0 in this case. So there is no magnetic property inside this material. Okay. In the case of para, what will happen on the external field applying on the material? Okay, so we are giving some field on the material. You already know some of the orbital having that opposite spin, remaining them having single spin. Okay, so we are giving some external field on this material. So this sum of the orbital spin gets paired. So in this case only the net magnetic moment 0. Okay, in the case of remaining orbital, before the spin having direction like this or like this. Okay, when we are applying some field on the material, the spin changes their direction according to your external field. Suppose we are applying some external field, okay, during this direction. So in this case the spin gets paired, so net magnetic moment is 0 in this case. For in this case, the spin, initially the spin having direction like this or like this. So we are applying some field on this material, the spin gets rotate or spin gets change their direction according to their external field. So that time the spin change their direction according to your field, that time it acts as a magnet. Okay, so in this case sum of the orbital gets paired, electron gets paired, so net magnetic moment 0, sum of the orbital spin change their direction according to your external field. Okay, that time it acts as a magnet. So in this case paramagnetic materials are weak magnet, act as a weak magnet material. Okay, in the case of ferro, what will happen? In the case of ferro, only few number of orbitals having that opposite spin. Okay, remaining all the orbital having the single spin, the spin having direction like this. So when we are applying some external field on this material, the spin change their direction according to your field. So all the spins change their direction according to your field. So most of the spin having the direction like your external field, so it acts as a strong magnet. So this is the main difference between dia, para and ferromagnetic material. So initially it having electrons with different spin according to your Pauli's exclusion principle. When we are applying some external field on this material, the spin gets paired, means that time the net magnetic moment 0. So totally the diamagnetic material doesn't have the magnetic property. In the case of paramagnetic material, some of the orbital having the spins paired. So that time the net magnetic moment 0. The remaining orbital having single spin, the spin also change their direction according to your external field. When we are applying some external field, change their direction. That time it acts as a magnet. So the paramagnetic materials are called it as weak magnetic material. In the case of ferromagnetic material, most of the spins having single direction. So when we are applying some external field, the spin change their direction according to your field. Okay, so that time it acts as a strong magnet. So this is the basic principle about the magnetic property of the material. So in the case of hysteresis related to this ferromagnetic material. Okay, if suppose we having one diamagnetic material, when we are applying some magnetic field on this material, what will happen on the diamagnetic material? So inside this material the net magnetic moment is 0. That only this material repels the magnetic force from the external part, because the net magnetic moment is 0 inside the material, so it repels the external magnetic field. Okay, in the case of paramagnetic material, some of the spin gets paired, so net magnetic moment is 0 for some of the orbital. For remaining orbital, it having spin change their direction, so it acts as a magnet. So some of the spins allay their direction and some of the spin gets paired. So it allows some small amount of magnetic lines inside the material. The remainings are repelled from the material. Okay, the next one, ferromagnetic material. In the case of ferro, we already know all the spin gets change your direction according to your field. So all the external magnetic lines are go inside the material. So at that time it acts as a strong magnet. So this is the main comparison between this dia, para and ferromagnetic material. So the magnetic intensity of this material is 0, this material is small and this material is high. And also the magnetic permeability is also some small value in this diamagnetic material, small value, and in this case high value. Okay, these are the main comparison between dia, para and ferromagnetic material. So we already see about the main comparison between this dia, para and ferromagnetic material. Okay, then we can see about this hysteresis process. So what is mean by this hysteresis? The hysteresis means lagging of magnetization. Lagging of magnetization. This is the meaning for hysteresis. Okay, so before we can start this hysteresis process, we should know about the domain theory. What is meant by the domain theory? I already told the hysteresis process is mainly related to ferromagnetic material. So this domain theory is, if suppose we have one material, some bulk material, suppose this room like material means we want to convert this material into magnet, or suppose we are having pen like this, we want to convert this pen into magnet. Okay, so what we'll do? Initially you are having some ball like material, bulk material. Okay, so this is related to domain theory. So before starting this hysteresis process, you should know what is domain theory. Okay, so we are converting this bulk material into magnet. That is our aim, bulk material into magnet. So suppose we are having some small material means easily convert this material into magnet. But if we are having some big material means what will do? Converting this bulk material into different region. Okay, we are name it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we are split up this bulk material into different region 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I already told these all the process related to magnetic material, ferromagnetic material. So in each region, the region having spin like this direction, spin having different direction like this. Okay, so the region consists of spin, electron spin is called it as domain. So initially we are having one bulk material, we want to convert this bulk material into magnet. So we split up the bulk material into different region 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The region consisting of spins means the electrons, consisting of spins in the direction means it call it as domain. So the each region consisting of spin is called it as domain. This is one domain, this is another domain, this is another one. Okay, so there are two processes used to convert this bulk material into magnet. Okay, initially this is region, the region consists of different spin means it call it as domain. The separation of each domain, this is one domain, this is another domain. The separation of two domain is called it as domain wall. Okay, so this is called as domain. The separation of two domain is called as domain wall. Okay, so we want to convert this material into magnet. So there are two process is going to apply on this material. Then only the material was converted to magnet. Okay, what is the first process means? We are applying some weak field on this material. Okay, what will happen on the domain? Initially we are giving some field on the bulk material. That time the domain wall get changed. Domain wall only gets changed. That means maybe this domain wall gets contraction or expansion, maybe going like this or this domain going like this, maybe get expansion or contraction, domain wall gets changed. Okay, so we are giving some weak field on this material, the domain wall gets changed their position. That time some of the spins in the domain, some of the spin, note it the point, some of the spins in the domain change their direction according to your field, according to your external field. External field. So what will happen on the material? So some of the spins having changed their direction, means suppose initially the spins having direction like this or direction like this. We are applying field in this direction means it change their direction according to your field. That means that some of the spins change their direction according to your field in each domain. Okay. So at the end of this domain wall changed, the sum of the spins in the domain change their direction according to your field. So sum of the spins means, so in this domain some of the spins change their direction like this, remaining like this. In this domain change the direction like this, in this domain change the direction like this. So sum of the spins change their direction according to your field. That time it acts as a weak magnet. So this is the first process. So in the first process we are giving some weak field on this material. That time domain wall gets changed, maybe it may be contraction or expansion. Okay, that time some of the spins in the domain change their direction according to your field. That time it acts as a weak magnet. Okay, the next process is we are giving some strong field on this material. What will happen? Please note it the point. We are giving some weak field on this material, only the domain wall gets changed. In the case of we are giving some strong field on this material, what will happen? That time the domain gets rotation. That means each domain gets rotation. This domain gets rotation and going to this place, and this domain going to this place, and this domain going to this place. So at that time all the spins in the domain initially they are having different direction. At the time of strong field we are applying on the material, the domain gets rotation. At that time all the spins in the domain change their direction according to your field. Suppose we are giving field in this direction means all the spins in the domain change their direction according to your field. So that time the domain, each domain having the spins having their direction according to your field. That time it acts as a strong magnet. So this is the main process. We are converting one bulk material into magnet. Okay, I hope you all understand what is the domain, when the domain wall gets exchanged and when it is domain gets rotation. We are giving some weak field, only the domain wall gets changed. Maybe it may be contraction or expansion. Only small amount of spins change their direction. That time it acts as a weak magnet. In the case of we are applying some strong field on this material, most of the spin, all the spins in the domain change their direction according to your field. That time it acts as a strong magnet. So this is the main process. We are converting one normal material into magnet. So based on the domain theory, we have to explain the hysteresis process. Okay, this graph is plot between magnetic field H and magnetic intensity B. Okay, we already know what is mean by that hysteresis means lagging of magnetization. We only explained that we are discuss about the ferromagnetic material in this case. So the graph is plot between magnetic field and magnetic intensity. the magnetic field is noted as magnetic field or magnetic force is noted as H, the magnetic intensity is noted as B. Okay. So at this place we are having some normal material and also the magnetic field is 0 in this case. So I am having, suppose I am having pen like this. In this place this is pen. In this place the material also act as a pen, and also the field is 0 in this case, magnetic field is 0. I want to convert this pen into magnet. So initially I am applying some weak field on this material. So we are increasing the magnetic field. So this is A, this place is marked as A, we are giving some weak field. So at this point what will happen on the material? Only the domain wall gets changed. So some of the spins change their direction. That time it pen act as a semi magnet or weak magnet. So we are applying some field on this pen. We are increasing the field. So reach this place B, this material act as a semi magnet or weak magnet. Okay. This place domain wall only changed. Again we are continuously applying magnetic field on the material. What will happen? This is marked as C. That means we are applying some strong field on this material. So the domain gets rotation. So all the spins in the domain change their direction. So that time this pen act as a magnet, that is marked as C. So this place only the spin totally converted as magnet. In this place this is a normal material and also the magnetic field is 0. We are giving some magnetic field on this material. We are increasing the magnetic field, reaching the point B. That time the domain wall only changed. The sum of the spins change their direction. That time it acts as a semi magnet. Okay. Again we are continuously apply field on this material. What will happen? All the spins in the domain change their direction according to your field. So at the place of C, this pen acts as a strong magnet. This is the process we already discussed in the domain theory. So this is D. Further we are applying some strong field on this material. This gets saturation point. Saturation point means after that point, at the point there is no change occur on the material. There is no change, maybe the magnetic field decrease or increase, nothing happen on the material. That is called as saturation. Okay. So this is, in this case magnetic field is 0. In this case it is having some magnetic property. Only we are giving weak field on this material. So at the place of B it acts as a semi magnet. At the place of C it acts as a strong magnet. At the place of D it gets a saturation point. Okay. So at this end of this place this pen acts as a strong magnet. Okay. Again I want to convert this magnetic material into again pen. Again I want to convert this magnet to pen. So what I am do? At the place of D it acts as a strong magnet and the saturation position. Again I want to convert this magnet into normal material. So we are removing magnetic field inside this material. That is the possibility. We are converting this normal magnet to material. So we are removing the field. We are removing the field. This is the direction we are increasing the field. This is the direction we are decreasing the field. This is the direction for increasing the intensity. So at this place it acts as a strong magnet. Again we want to convert this magnet to material. That's why we are removing the magnetic field inside the material. Okay. So we are removing the magnetic field. At the place of, this is D, we are removing the magnetic field E. At the place of F, okay, magnetic fields are removed in the material, but the material having some small magnetization. That means after removing of all magnetic field in this material, but the material having some small magnetization, that means this magnet not fully converted into pen, it having some magnetic property. This place is called it as retentivity. That means at the place of zero magnetic field, it having some magnetic property or magnetization. That place is called as retentivity. Okay, again our aim is to convert this magnet into material. So we are giving some negative potential on this material. Negative potential means opposite to the magnetic field. We are increasing the negative potential on this material. The materials go like this. So this place, it acts as a normal material. This negative potential going like this, it gets saturation at this point. This is F, this is G, and this point is a negative saturation point. We are giving some negative potential on this material for removing the full magnetic property inside the material. So that negative potential reaches a saturation point. That place is called as cohesivity. Okay, what is mean by this retentivity means we are removing magnetic field inside the material, fully remove the magnetic field inside the material having some small amount of magnetization. That place is called as retentivity. So we are removing some small magnetization inside the material. We want to apply some negative potential on this material. This material acts as a normal material, but we are going to apply the negative potential. It reaches its saturation point. At this point, it is called as cohesivity. Okay, again this process is continued. This process is continued means again we are applying the magnetic field on this material. This place, this material again, this magnet again changed to normal material, but it is having some magnetic field. In this place, magnetic field is 0, your material also normal material. For this case, your material is a normal material, but it having some positive magnetic field. Positive means direct to external field. It is having some magnetic field at this point. This is opposite to your magnetic field. This is direct to your magnetic field. That means in the case of domain, all the spins change their direction according to your field. Means your field is like this, means the spins also change their direction like this direction. We are giving some opposite direction field means the spins change their direction like this. So in this case, the spin change their direction like this. For in this case, the spin change their direction like this. This is negative potential, this is positive potential. Okay, so at the place only the material acts as a normal material, and again furtherly we are increasing the field, it acts as a weak and acts as a strong and get saturation. Again we want to convert this material into this magnet into normal material means again we are removing the field, we are giving some negative potential and increasing the magnetic field. Okay, again convert this magnet into normal material. Okay, so this is the main process related to this hysteresis. This is the lagging of magnetization in these two places explained by this hysteresis process. Okay, I hope you all understand what is the main learning objective of this hysteresis process means mainly related to ferromagnetic material, how this ferromagnetic material convert to strong magnet. This is the main learning objective of this topic. Thank you.